You're listening to this week's episode of the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. You're about to start transforming your business and life with the information found here. We interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in the vacation short-term rental industry and supporting businesses. The information found here is a combination of brain science, transformational thinking, safety and loss prevention, and vacation short-term rental knowledge and experiences, all rolled into one to help you and your business to achieve levels you never thought possible. I am glad you are here, and now please welcome your host, Eric Thibodeaux.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Safer VRs. I'm Eric Thibodeaux, your host. I hope you're all doing well. I'm recording this podcast right before Thanksgiving. It's early Monday before Thanksgiving. And so I wanted to wish everyone happy Thanksgiving with your friends and family, an enjoyable time and a break. Some of us will be working, serving guests. And so hopefully all is going well with your business and your guests. I'm back in Egypt right now, working my last shift here. I've been here 7 years, working on and off. And so this is my last shift. Looking forward to being back home full-time, working in our businesses there, and hopefully spending more time with you and supporting you in Safer VR. In current tides, we've been working on track implementation. We went live on the 9th of November and are plowing through and making a few continual improvements and overcoming the sharp learning curve that comes with switching to property management software after 4 years. And so we're doing that. So that's kind of what's going on in our businesses. HereStays is moving forward, working on marketing. If you don't know about HereStays.com, go check it out. Safer VRs is moving forward, continuing to grow. And I look forward to being able to be home at the end of December and January and fully being on board with all these opportunities and businesses. But from a Safer VR's perspective, I wanted to share this, and this is going to be a pretty short, brief podcast, because what I really want you to focus on is the statement that I'm about ready to say. And I want you to think about it, and more than just think, I want you to feel. How does it make you feel? So here's the statement. People are conditioned to respond to the severity of the consequence, not the causal factors. Although these causal factors can be identified and rectified even when there are no consequences. I'll say that again. People are conditioned to respond to the severity of the consequences, not the causal factors. Although these causal factors can be identified and rectified even when there are no consequences. So that's a big statement. And what does it mean? And I'll say just in plain English, right? So in plain English, this is something that I encounter on a regular basis as a safety professional, whether it's in the vacation rental industry or in working in general industry and oil and gas. And what it means is that as human beings, as people out there, we react to the consequences that occur. What's the consequence? So there's a fire in my property. There's a fire in my warehouse. There's an employee that fell injured while loading the laundry bag. There's a guest that's injured that falls down the stairs. So all these are consequences, basically, that something happened, and we respond to the severity. So how do we believe and feel about those consequences? So it may be where I have someone call and say, hey, Jane slipped while loading bags into the van, but she's okay. As opposed to, hey, I just got a call. Jane was injured while loading bags into the van and she broke her leg. So one is obviously more severe than the other. And what we do as humans, we condition ourselves to look at the consequence, right? So at some point, we have to look at the consequences. Everything is based upon there's consequences for actions or inaction. However, what we want to focus on, we can take a look at the consequences. We can support the individuals who are injured, the property that's damaged, but then we need to stop and look at what are the causal factors? What caused this to happen? And a lot of times, let's just say almost every time, I should be able to identify the causal factors and take progressive action to prevent, so I don't have to deal with the consequences. And a lot of times I can do that and there will never be any consequences. And this is really the interesting part. And this is why prevention, loss prevention, safety is such a challenge for some people, or let's just say most of us. is when I take actions that cause something to not occur. If I provide slip-resistant walkway or slip-resistant rugs, no slip occurs. No one is injured. No consequences occur. That means I've done the proactive work. This is what we need to be doing. However, in the previous situation where I talked about Jane, the one scenario where she fell and no injury, and the other one where she fell and broke her leg, didn't you feel more concerned about Jane when she broke her leg? That thought, that feeling that you had needs to be taken a look at within your own self and say, why did I respond to the more severe consequences? And even more importantly, why did I not respond to taking a look in a proactive way of the causal factors? Everyone, our causal factors for all our incidents that are out there. And you may be one of the individuals out there right now saying, hey, I don't have these issues. This doesn't happen to me. Great. I'm going to give you a little secret here. They do happen to you. It's just your brain is protecting you and throwing up these barriers and red flags and saying, hey, it's okay. This doesn't happen here. We don't have this problem. I don't have to worry about that. And that's a warning sign for us to take a look at. If your first feeling and thought was about, hey, this doesn't apply to me, you should explore that and go deeper and challenge yourself about what you're really saying or what you're thinking. Because your thoughts create your feelings and your feelings create emotions, which over time become your beliefs. And maybe you have a belief that's leading you down the wrong path. You've built a pattern that says, I don't need to worry about checking the batteries and smoke detectors in my property. I don't need to look at slip-resistant rugs in my warehouse and my laundry facility. I mean, we could just go on with the types of examples that are out there. And what's even more important is that every time something doesn't happen or the consequences don't meet up to what you think is severe, you reinforce that belief that this doesn't apply to me. It's okay. I don't have a problem here. Everyone, we have a problem here. So consequences should not be driving our behavior. In reality, they do. But here in Safer VRs, we're giving you the playbook. We're saying, hey, here's the play. Here's what's going to happen. So let's look at causal factors, because causal factors create potential unsafe conditions and actions that cause consequences to our employees, to our properties, to our owners, to our community. And more importantly, they don't have to happen. And at the root of every causal factor, every causal factor is a problem, or maybe not a problem, but it's an unsafe act, or it's a lack of action, whether it's on the employee, it's on the owner, it's on you as the CEO of your property management company, whatever your title is that's listening to this here. We like to think that, well, this was caused by severe weather. That's why Jane fell. No, severe weather happens. Now, it doesn't snow in Gulf Shores every day, and if it did, I'd have a big problem. So I'm recording this live, and if you didn't know, I mean, all of my shows, all my podcasts are not scripted. They're just completely, I have some ideas, and I just go with them. You know, somebody just walked in and said, hey, take a look at this. So anyway, back to this. Every one of our situations that we have are caused by unsafe acts or caused by people. Things we did or didn't do. I was talking about severe weather in Gulf Shores. We certainly have hurricanes, but we don't have snow. So we adapt, we understand, we look at what are those unsafe severe weather conditions and how does that potentially impact our team, our properties, our owners, everything that we're out there. So I said I'd be short, and I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. You know, sometimes I get carried on excited about these topics and how we can make so many improvements in the vacation rental industry, in our businesses, as owners of businesses and property management companies, as properties, any facet of the organization, or any way that you support the vacation rental industry. This is applicable to you. During these holidays, while you're celebrating, maybe you've got some free time, you may be thinking about a lot of different things, right? But think about in your business, how are you conditioned to responding to the severity of consequences and not the causal factors? I look forward to hearing from you about this particular topic. I'm going to post on it on LinkedIn, and I'd love to hear some feedback on it. And I hope you find this interesting. Safer VRs was put together to help you improve your business, improve your property management company, and in a holistic way, all the way around in every part of aspect. I am a safety professional for 32 years, a property manager, an owner, an investor for next year will be 20 years in the vacation rental industry. So I know a few things, and I'm learning every day. And I appreciate all the feedback and comments from you as I continue to learn and grow and support this industry. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a safe Thanksgiving with you and your family and your friends. And I'll talk to you again soon. Go out and create a safe day and look at the causal factors and not just the consequences. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Safer VR's podcast with Eric Thibodeaux. If you enjoy this, I would love you to join my Facebook group, The Safer Vacation Rentals, for more of the same. You can also join our email list at www.safervrs.com.